What is going on? This is ShanGO, aka Real Deal Ray. Your intuition's mouthpiece when the monkey mind wants to take over. Okay? Today, well, it's actually a little bit late, but hey, better late than never. It is the new moon reading. This is a new moon reading. I'm gonna do this a little bit differently today. Okay? Why? I don't know. I just feel like it. Okay? That's the bottom line to it. All right. So I'm gonna pick one card, and I'm gonna tell you this. Okay, thank you. Feel free to pick three numbers. And before I get started, like, share, subscribe, and thrive. Like, share, subscribe, and thrive. And like, share, subscribe, and thrive. Okay, just like that in that particular order. And don't forget to hit lick that fucking bell button. All right, that little bell, the little bell in the boat. All right, lick it. All right, I mean clean it up. All right, clean it up, clean the fuck up. All right. So look, this is how we're gonna do this particular reading. I want to get right into it. I'm feeling kind of mysticky. Okay, I'm feeling kind of, you know, I'm feeling it right now. So I want to strike while the iron's hot. All right. So what you're going to do, like I said, you can pick three different numbers, but it's more than just three numbers. Okay, it's more than three numbers. This time we're going to do something different by way of there's three different colors. Okay, red, green, and purple. Red, green, and purple. So before we get done, I know some of y'all gonna get confused. What's it mean? Hold on. I will explain it. Okay, I will explain it for you. All right. First of all, take a nice deep breath and choose either your number, choose two numbers, or choose three numbers. However you want to do it. Between 1 and 7. This time it's 1 and 7. You got him? Okay. Now, I guess since I'm giving three choices, um, you can choose the three colors. Okay? But I'm going to do three sets of 7. There's going to be a red 7. So 1 through 7 with red. There's going to be 1 through 7 with green. And there's going to be a 1 through 7 with purple. So now you have even more choice. Okay? Does that make sense to you? Are you getting this? All right? Don't ask me how or why we're doing it like this, but this is how it's going down. Okay? So once again, choose your numbers, and then now you can choose three different colors. You can choose all red if you want. You can choose just red and green, or you can choose the first number you pick. I'm going to say that, like for example, 2 red, and I want to choose a 6 green, and then maybe I want to choose a 3 purple. Okay, those will be your cards. Okay, now I'm going to move kind of fast, so you're going to have to maybe listen a little bit faster this time. But do you understand? Good. I want to see you going like this. All right. All right. So without further ado, let's get into it. Right now, we're dealing in the realm of the color red. Okay, the color red, and we're about to start. And I got 7 cards laid out here. Okay, so hope you chose your number. And by the way, want to give a shout out to Saint motherfucking Expedite. He's been coming through. I've been getting a lot of good feedback. We have a Saint Expedite Rapid Miracle Ritual. It's a download. You get it instantly. It's very inexpensive. You can check that out. All links will be in the description box. We're also going to have some surprise goodies, or I should say just some surprise flash sales right now, a new moon sale. on something or other at www.shango-ray.com. Feel free to take your ass over there and check it out. Okay? Now, without further to do, let's get into these cards now. First one, okay? This is number one, red. Number one, red. All right? Number one, red. And this is your card, okay? Ooh-wee. Okay, so right now, basically what I'm getting from for you right now, for one red, is you're having a lot of trouble establishing some type of security in a certain area. Yes, this could just be about finances. Maybe it's about making finances better for you, okay? Which equates into life being better for you, okay? You're you've been really struggling also with this needing to have this certainty before you do anything, okay? And I get it and I understand because that's a defense mechanism. And most of your shit is hardwired to keep you alive and in the name of defense, too, okay? But there is some work to be done here, okay? I also have another video. I may try and link it here, but you know, a major theme in my work I see now that's going to be creeping up is a lot about shadow work. And what shadow work basically is because everything in your subconscious mind, most of it, is running. There's things in your closet you're not even aware of. When your mind finds it too difficult to even deal with certain things, especially certain traumatic events, it throws it in the closet and says, lock it up. We can't deal with that right now. But the thing about it is it's still alive. They still are running the show, okay? From behind the scenes. Those are your Illuminati, okay? Make it easy for you. So I say all that to say, and I don't want to digress because I want to get through this, all right? What must you believe to feel that you're not secure right now? Okay, even beyond the money, okay? There's some work there, all right? There's some work there. So the work is actually whatever it is contributing to this. And you can either deal with this as far as deal with the stuff behind this, and then it will turn right side up. Or there's another way. Sometimes when you just deal on or work on turning this right side up, the shit from behind will come to the front. So either way, potato, potato, you get there, all right? Number two, red, all right? Number two, red. What's up, man? People going through some shit. There's still a lot of ramifications, energetically speaking, aftershocks of 2018. 2018 basically definitely was a gateway. And this gateway has basically also acted as a catalyst to strip away a lot of shit that is not, just can't go on no more in whatever form, okay? It was, so anyways, let me not digress, like I said. So, Eight of Hearts, so this is number two, red, okay? You have the Eight of Hearts. It is reversed. It is reversed, okay? It is reversed. What are you, you know, I feel there's some people pleasing going on. There's this, once again, unconscious need to be validated or feel like you are accepted by certain people in your current reality. But a lot of these people do not have your best intentions in mind. Matter of fact, they don't care. They just don't give a fuck, right? And for you, a lot of your work is going to be also, I mean, all this, I mean, you can't separate the emotional factor from a lot of this stuff. Okay, now what you can eventually do is separate the identification or the label. All right, something happened, or somebody told you something, or you told yourself something, and you interpreted it in a certain way. All right, once you did that, that's when the emotion came and backed it up, whatever that was, you know. But another way that this is also reflecting back into your reality is a change in your emotional state. Also, I would say sometimes it's close to depression, but what they're showing me right now is it's even a little bit past that. It feels more like apathy. It feels more like just not feeling anything. And sometimes it's better to, I don't want to say better, but that apathy's a bitch. Okay. But somebody who also chose this number and color is also being manipulated emotionally by somebody who knows how to basically beep boop bop boop boop your emotional triggers, right? They know your number. They know how to trigger you emotionally. They know how to use those triggers to get you to do, like puppets on a string, to do what they want. Okay? So they don't have to directly tell you what they want. They know what they want. They say, "Oh, I know how to get her or him." I say her right here. So beep boop bop boop boop. You know what I'm saying? All right, 3 red. 3 red. Wow, this is more forecasty. This is more forecasty. 3 red. You you got some good shit coming to you actually. Now could be like a rose of Jericho, all dried up and crusty, right? And you pour some water on it, and it blooms up. Or it can be a new relationship. There is definitely a new relationship coming to you. Okay, there is, a majority, I think, of that for whoever this is for. Also, it could be a relationship that you've already had, meaning a friendship, meaning a working relationship, meaning your mailman or your mail woman, or just something like that. Like you actually technically have a relationship, but it's not like a romantic relationship, but it's gonna turn into something. That's really what I'm getting with this. It was like hiding right under your nose, right in your face. Could be somebody who rings up your groceries. Okay. But the other thing about this is too, this is also going to be a time, if you choose to now, of course, I just say I give the probability. This is another dimension you can come to, right? But you don't have to. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Um, This is about that alignment also, especially within key certain areas or dealing with key certain subjects that had before hindered you in the realm of relationships. But now, by being able to do your own kind of shadow work or whatever you want to call it, by examining your uh, motivations, unconscious motivations, there's going to be a togetherness within yourself. That's going to be directly related in some form of relationship. In other words, getting your ham slapped out, you know what I'm saying, right? But nah, it's not just about that, obviously, but that's going to be a part of it. Or you're going to be slapping the ham, okay, if you're a man or whatever. Okay, 4 red. 4 red. 4 red. You know what this is about? I'm going to tell you. You ever wonder why you just fucking snap out at people sometimes? You hurt people with your words. You're pretty good with the words, man. Pretty good with getting into it with people. You're pretty. Your tongue turns into a scalpel. You know, many of these times too, you yourself will be like, "Fuck, why? Why did I react that way?" and it's almost like I get possessed and I just get into this mode where I just, you know. Um, this is also right now. Currently, you're probably in a time where you are in some arguments. You know, um, you're in some arguments, probably with several people. Probably with several people, and it's very much so taking a toll. So your work would be to just begin to ask yourself, what would you have to believe, or you could start with something like that. Like, what would I have to believe? You could take one particular instance and be like, what would I have to believe to get angry about that? Because I'm sure there's been times where you look back, hindsight is 2020, and you say, you know what? I didn't even have to respond like that. It's like I said, something just triggered me. I took something like I got possessed. I took over and I said some slick shit or did whatever. Okay. The other aspect of this card, if that is you're not expressing yourself authentically. You are going along to get along. Okay? And it's slowly killing you, okay, from the inside. From the inside. Number 5, red. Number 5, red. This is your card, okay? Now I'm gonna take my time because I want to get it what needs to. I want to get you what needs to be getting. You know what I'm saying? So you know what they're telling me about this card, man? This is finally your time because you know what? Here it comes, here it comes. Like some of you out there who just chose this number with this color, it's like you can even get money. Okay, this is relating. It is relating to money, but it's more than that. All right, you can get it, but it runs through your runs or it was running through your fingers like water. Okay, this is also about a partnership with your subconscious mind for success. And I mean that also well-roundedly, you know. To me, if you have a successful, I mean, if you have a great relationship with your subconscious mind, you begin to really understand yourself, that is fucking success at its apex, okay? But this is also going to relate into a partnership, all right? This is also about working with those and surrounding yourself or as much as you can. I understand that's a lot easier to say. Most people have your lives that are going on, and it's not easy to, you know, just go make a new group of new friends and let me go hang out with some millionaires. Like how you just go do that, right? But that's part of your homework to find out whether you're looking for, you know, mastermind groups. It doesn't have to be millionaires. It can just be people who are on and maybe just a little bit down the road with their development of how they think about certain things as it relates to material stuff, sustenance, you know, that root chakra shit, money, okay? But I see a partnership for you, okay? So, 6 red, 6 red, 6 red, baby, 6 red, baby. I'm seeing somebody who's now doing work, and this is not what the fuck you went to school for. This is not any of that shit. Something had happened, and you're now doing something that basically kind of fucking kills you every day. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Every day you gotta go to this place. It's a little bit. All right. And your perception of your life circumstances are dominating you. And I don't knock you for that. You know, most likely you have some type of family or somebody else that depends on you. That's why you're doing what you're doing. But this is not it. This is not it. And this is also a direct reflection of, you know, not not honoring and respecting your own spirit, your own soul, actually. You were on track somewhere and you got off track somewhere, and right now it's like you can't do, or you feel like you can't do, or maybe the circumstance, something happened where it's like what it's looking like is I can't do what I want to do right now, so I have to do this shit. So there's a lot of waiting, this feeling of waiting. The thing about waiting, it's a state of being, and it never fucking ends. Okay, there's a difference between patience and waiting. Okay, waiting never ends, baby. You know what I'm saying? Waiting becomes its own purgatorial place that you live in, and next thing you know, 10 years have gone by and you're still waiting. Okay, so this is about turning this around, turning to yourself, your spirit, your soul, you know, and whether you want to address it as your higher self or your guides or whatever, you know, being real with yourself, man, keeping it real with yourself, and that's what that's about. Okay, this is seven red, seven red. Okay, we all know what that is. Seven red. Finally, seven red, you're going to birth something you are very, 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 very passionate about, okay, in your life. Now, it may start off very meagerly, very small, but everything does. What pops onto the scene just fucking ginormous? Huh? Tell me that. The largest tree, the largest mountain, the largest anything started off very, very small. So, yes, there is somebody who chose this card. You will be having that little crumb snatching rug rat, okay? And as well, this is not just about the passion or whatever the um, the content. The context is a this is like the phoenix rising up from the ashes, okay? This is about having also a renewed, like a reincarnated, resurrected relationship with yourself, but in a whole new way, not resurrecting the same old shit. That wouldn't make sense now, would it? So that is your card, okay? So now we're going on to green, okay? We're going on to green, and you know what? We're not using duplicate cards. These are not going back in the deck. So if you were hoping to get the Ace of Hearts, new love, you're going to meet somebody new, shit. It's not happening because that card's right there, all right? So if you'll just bear with me here. Wow. It's fiery. This green is fiery, okay? So here we go. Just a moment. Yeah. This is crazy. Mm. Okay, this is one green. One green. Number one dash green. One green. Okay? This is your card. And this is what it's telling Papa Shangito. Okay? Whatever you're doing right now, yo, the highways and the byways are being formed. Like, you are going to be the most intuitive you've ever been. Your intuition is going to be unparalleled, as far as I'm sure you've been, you know, had a lot of intuition and intuitive experiences. but it's going to be unparalleled now. What I'm saying also is your receptivity to yourself, to the things of your spirit, is actually is about to take the fuck off. Okay. Um, the other thing is you do have something to offer, and you're ready to offer these gifts. And they are spiritual, but doesn't mean that it's going to necessarily be offered in a way of service, um, as far as under the term of a spiritual type of service. It very well might, but it might be something else. You know, you could be a lawyer, but still approach your whole get down with this new je ne sais quoi type of spiritual approach, you know, and still be a badass lawyer, okay? So that's something that's also coming through, okay? I'm also feeling a lot of really fiery Leo energy also. Leo fiery. So it's almost like the more that you humble yourself, the more you're going to be exalted, all right? So, boom, there you go. And the next one, oh, we're dealing with a lot of this fiery Sag energy, baby. That's right. Them arrows. Them arrows in your uterus, you know, of love, of course. Think Valentine's Day. Think of that little cherub. But with a Sag, okay? With the horse bottom. All right, now, let me stop fucking around. Just a second here. You know, I'm feeling this one standing up too. I'm feeling a couple different things coming through from this. But let me just dial in on this shit. Let me just dial in on this shit. This is about your spirit's authority. Okay? You are coming into a time where your spirit's authority is finally, I mean, you got into all this spiritual shit, all this magical shit because you wanted all this control, because you wanted all this different shit. You know, you wanted this sense of control, this sense of power, which if you had the control, if you had the power, what then would you have? What would it mean to you, right? Eventually, I know somewhere along the ring, as you keep going down and down, well, what would that? Well, I would feel worthy. You know, I would feel good enough. I would feel okay if you felt good enough. What would that mean to you? What would you have? You know, there's another, you know, but you get what I'm going at, right? And I don't know where I was going, but I'm back. Okay, so yeah. Um, but what I meant to say also, thank you very much, appreciate that, because you know I like to talk sometimes too. But is the divine order also is from really from the top down, okay, if you will, spirit down, you know, and yes, of course, we do got to focus on different things, you know, on in this earthly plane. But if we kept the pecking order the way it should be, um, I've discovered, and many others have discovered, that all the other shit starts to line up, and you start getting into your flowy state. And no, I'm not talking about Kotex, baby. I'm just talking about, you know, your flowy state. You know, where your life can flow now, where you're not trying to trudge up a river, okay? Three green, three green, three green, baby. Where do we start with this? First of all, three green, you're also going to get something that, you know what? I see you also going into this phase where, like, you're going to feel rich. You may not be rich, but you're going to feel rich. And it's almost like, you know, if you had those pairs, like those are the best pair of what you call it that you could get. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean like you're gonna be just balling out of control, but I do also see I see some type of a cash infusion too, baby. I see some cash infusion going on. I see something that being fulfilled, or something that you, whether you was casting for, working for, however that happens. Manifestation, crystal, it's done, it's complete. Here you go. Here's your check. Here's your cash. You know. Um, it is finished. So you're going to get that, and then it's going to be on to the next thing. Okay. Four green, four green, four green, four green, four green. They're telling me also to tell you, this is the time to get active, man. This is the time to really get active. Don't fucking jack that shit off. Okay. This is the time, and I mean your time. Okay. This is the time to get active. This is a very creative, very fiery, very spiritual card here. Okay, this is also, of course, showing that right now you can actually do two or three things. What I'm talking about is efficiency. I'm talking about productivity um, on all different levels, within and without. Okay, um, and some of these things will really coincide a lot, especially when doing and getting involved in certain projects, art project, creative projects. Be that creator. God's a creator. Goddess is a creator. Be that creator. Okay. Or even working on different facets of the same thing, though. It's like if I'm making a meal and I'm cooking the chicken, and I also got some spinach cooking, or I'm doing this or that, and I also got something else going on. Yes, I can balance three different things, but it's all for the same thing, which is the shit we gonna eat when we sit down. So that's you. Okay. Uh, five green, five green, five green. Law of attraction card. This is also about a balance and alignment with your spirit and with your heart. That's why this card's going to be coming through like that, okay? With your spirit and with your heart. And they're telling me, and I don't know why this makes sense. If this don't make sense, whatever. But um, you don't have to be afraid anymore. You're entering into this new thing where you're going to finally get it, that you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be afraid of your heart anymore, as far as it leading you crashing into the rocks or something. Because before, you felt like you was following your heart, and maybe your emotions were in it, and maybe you were following your heart. But this is also showing me about clearing out, taking out some of the stuff that was in your heart, allowing your heart to heal. That's really allowing your heart to heal. Your heart will heal, okay, if you allow it to. That's the real holdup when dealing with a lot of these hard things, is allowing it to heal. And what's stopping it from healing is us, because we are holding on to shit for whatever our reasons. We're not going to get all into that. But yeah. Okay? And, some of you are going to find ways to also balance, with your work life and in your regular life, if you do have other types of life outside of your work, like a family or something else besides that. Okay, six green, six green, six green, six green. Look, there's a lot of potential here, but it's being squandered. Okay, it's definitely being squandered, and as often the case, and I'm feeling it right now. This is also, I don't know if this is you, or I don't know if this is just somebody that you're dealing with, and it's been a hard decision. Maybe there's guilt, maybe there's whatever, but it's like you need to leave this other person alone if this person is like a fucking troublemaker or whatever. Because I feel like they're going to take you down. They're going to take you downtown. Okay, you're going down with them. Their ship is going to go down, and you can't go with them, man. I mean, I guess you can if you want to, but um, some of you, and they may turn on you also as well. Yeah, this is a betrayal. Somebody out here who chose this particular color, six green, you're gonna get betrayed, man, and it's gonna hit you in the heart. But I think that what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to almost have some type of compassion, even though this person just kind of fucked you or did whatever. Yeah, you're not going to fuck with them more. Yeah, you're going to cut it off and all this stuff like that. But at the same time, you're just kind of like, man, I see this person is hurting. I see this person is fucked up. They're not even nowhere near right now trying to look within as to their motivations and stuff like that. Right now, they are totally asleep. They're comatose. And guess what? You're not. So you can't. Your frequency will separate you also. Whether you consciously try and make that decision, something's gonna fucking happen. Or they might get sent up somewhere. It's going like that. Okay? It's going like that. May even involve an Aries or a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sag, who is just with the shits right now, just with the shits. You're at the crossroad. No, you're not mistaken. You're at the crossroad, okay? And you're going to have to go your way. Echete paya, all right? That's what it's going to be. And that's just it. 7 green. Look, check this out, 7 green. I got a picture of this somebody, and it's like you've been sinking your money into something. It's like your energy, your time away from your family. And yes, you're doing something. You're doing it for no reason, I guess you could say. Your spouse, lover, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever, whatever. You know, I know you have felt very isolated on this. I feel like you're an entrepreneur or something, or you're trying to be an entrepreneur or something. But there is one thing in particular that you are. It's done, man. It's guns and butter. Okay, you gotta learn to be different. Do a SWAT on the twat. Okay. This could also be dealing with a relationship too. Thank you. I don't know why that just popped out my mouth. That used to be an old saying of mine. Do a SWAT on the twat. And in business class, one of the things that I learned was doing a SWAT, an analysis, a SWAT: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses of this thing? What are the opportunities? And what are the threats? You know, and I'm not going to go into that as far as all that. You can look up SWATs, you know, how to do different types of SWATs, whatever. You can do a SWAT on anything. But something that you're doing right now, it's not, it's sucking you dry and not in the way that you'd like. Okay? So hold on now. We going purple on the ass. We going Prince on them. Okay? We going Prince on them, baby. Hee hee. All right. So number 1, purple. Number 1, purple. Number 1, purple. You know what? This is a death card to me right now. This is a death card. All right. So even if you're not necessarily feeling it just yet, I do feel that somebody who chose this is actually also going into some type of a dark night of the soul, if you will. Okay. Uh, the other thing about this is this is also being reflected as far as somebody who, you was going to start something. You thought you had this job, actually. Once upon a time, there was a you, and you thought you had this job, and guess what? It didn't turn out. And you might have even spent some money. You might have even did some things, made some plans, whatever it is. And it's not going to turn out. Okay. And another thing, want to know what they're telling me about this is you're fighting. You are the Jonah about to go in the whale, and your spirit is the whale. And you ain't going to win against the whale, man. You're not going to win against the whale. So I just want to tell you what's going on, man. That's what you're headed for. But you will turn it around. I know you'll turn it around. You'll definitely turn it around. Okay. Number 2, purple. Number 2, purple, baby. This is your card, okay? I can tell you right now, I do also feel like you're coming out of either a season or a period where you're dealing with individuals who, for some reason, I feel like this nervousness, this like walking on eggshells type energy, right? And like this, you always have to be on defense, head on swivel, type shit. Whether the threat was imagined or real, I do feel though that that's what's also been going on here. Okay, but the good news for you is you're gonna get finally some handlebars. Okay, on this mind of yours. Okay, and it's particularly having to do with certain thought processes. Why you just, when I say a thought process, I see it like the groove on an album. Now, if you don't know what the fucking album is, I just don't know what to tell you. But the album has grooves on it, and you're like, your attention is the needle that determines what song you're going to hear on, on this particular, or with this tune, okay, on this album, on this LP, all right. But you're gonna, you are coming into knowing yourself and the way that you think, to whereas now you're going to have choice. And once you begin to know and begin to have awareness, now you can start to be the chooser. All right, you don't have to be the beggar anymore. You can be the chooser. You don't have to be the beggar who's just when you think of a beggar, they're just kind of um, they're at the mercy of, they're not at cause, they're not the one consciously causing or creating, they're at the effect. Even though they are the cause of their particular effect, that's definitely not how they see it. But you're going to be the chooser, baby. Okay? That's you. Okay. A lot of mental energy, surprisingly going along with the purple. Okay. So 8 of clubs, this is you. 3 purple. 3 purple. That's the number and the color for this card. 3 purple. I have a feeling someone who just chose the last card is also going to get this card too. Okay, because this is showing some, like, I'm running shit now. Like, you are sitting pole position here with this. Okay, and also with your communication. Okay, now this last card definitely had to do with your communication, though, but with yourself. This is having to do with your communication outside with people, and of course also with yourself too. But determining, um, you run your ship, man. You the captain of the ship, baby. You the captain, El Capitan or El Capitana. Okay, that's you. So the revelations, the insights, the information you might be led to, certain things you might want to study about. I feel a need to do this. I feel a need to do that. It's going to lead you into this place. Okay, these are the green pastures of, and also your mental magic going to be on hit too. So you're going to be able to do a lot of things. But I think that you will be using your powers wisely. I'm not saying about wrong or right. I just said wisely. You know, why squander and waste your potential when you could be doing a lot of other things? Just be careful not to, be too mentally dominating on people, because that can happen too. All right. So number 4 purple, number 4 purple, baby. Number 4 purple. This is not just a new idea, a new plan, a new something in action. Okay, you have been kind of searching for a particular answer to something. Answer, a missing puzzle piece is what they're telling me. Okay, you're going to get it. You're finally going to get it. You may have even spent some time last season, actually, like you kept thinking for a while. You let it go for a while. It seems like maybe you kind of haven't really been tripping about this too much, but it's coming back, and it's going to be like, this is your answer. It's going to be like, whoosh, Here I am. Take me. Use me. Enact me. Do something with me. I'm here for you. Okay, you've been looking for me. Yeah, that's the type of shit I got with that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 purple. 5 purple. 5 purple. Listen. There's a bunch of things coming through for this. Strangely enough. So 5 purple. Somebody out there, I just gotta say it like I see it, man. Somebody out there is gonna find themselves, or is finding themselves in a situation where it's like, right now your name is being shit on. People are talking about you. I don't feel like it's really something positive or something that you like anyway. Um, it may even begin to affect you in a lot of certain ways. Okay, as far as affecting your life, affecting, affecting your relationships, which affects your life, different things, okay? But the other thing about this is I see like a mental stress going on. Stressful, mental, anxiety, shit like that. It's really charged. Depression can be very, it's, it's a totally different energy. It's almost like thick, heavy, cold, dark. This is more frenetic. Okay, it's got more energy to this, so it's like more of a stress, more of a grunt, more like this shit going on. All right, yeah. So your work is to also turn this shit around, of course. You can't keep doing this. This ain't gonna cut it. And I would say right now, the whatever is going on inside of you is the most important thing than constantly being distracted. Whoever these people are, whatever this shit is, it's a distraction. Okay, it's a distraction. Number 6, purple. All right, number 6, purple. Seems like they're taking you the long way just to get you somewhere. All right. Ay, ay, ay. Hold on, there's still more coming here. I just want to be able to get words to put on this shit. Okay, so don't worry, I'm on it. Yeah, this is. I feel like this is. This is also talking about a financial low or a downgrade. Okay, a downgrade. There's also been a downgrade in your integrity. And when I say integrity, listen, let's get this straight. Integrity is not about you're this moralistic person and you always do what's morally right, because that is totally subjective. Okay, what's right for you may not be right for me, all right? But if I keep crossing the line with myself, now I'm not acting in integrity to my shit, to me, who I am in this moment right now. And that will be a problem. So that is what's going on with you, okay? Time to take a long, hard look at that. Time to take a long, hard look at that. Where are you crossing your lines? Where do you keep shitting on yourself, Love? You gotta answer that. And now we conclude with 7 purple. That's right, 7 purple, baby. 3 of hearts. Yep, 3 of hearts. Where do we start with this? Well, first of all, let me get the signal right. um, a couple different things coming through. There's about to be a family created for one or two of you and somebody, and you're gonna have a child. But I want to say though, for somebody though, this is the most important thing: is building upon your own sense of self acceptance, and therefore also once you accept it, now I can love it, meaning you, a you on you porn, the self love shit going on is is expanding and manifesting in a lot of different ways. More than likely, and yes, I can see it's manifesting also by way of your relationships. The level of intimacy within your relationships is going to begin to just, you know, expand, expansion, and manifest here for you to experience with other people. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. That's what's popping. Okay. Anything else before I conclude that you want me to say? That I need to say? Yeah. Haha. Yeah. 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 Um. I'm sorry. I don't mean to drag on like this. It's just like sometimes those of you who do this shit, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes the human language is the human language, the English language is extremely limited. I like to be as precise as I can, at the same time keep it as simple as I can, so that I can transfer it the best way that I can. um, they was talking about manifesting from your heart to me, but I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, how do I word this, because I felt the sensation of what that was. So yeah, this is also too you about also allowing healing with your heart too, to clear the highway. You want to clear the highway. You want to keep the highway clear, so that way your shit, you will be more. It's more of like a heart-based intuition that just kind of pulls you and guides you to where you need to go, right time, right place. Keeps you out of shit you don't need to be in, and also, like I said, will allow you to finally get those things off the ground that mean the most to you, that you've been afraid to admit mean that much to you. All right? Peace and blessings. It's ShanGO Ray. I done took up enough of your time. Catch you again. Remember, go to ShanGO, www.shango-ray.com. We're going to have some surprise little sales on something or other, okay? For those of you who want to talk to me, you can always book yourself a reading. All right? Invest in your fucking self. Invest. Not divest. Don't divest yourself of shit. Invest, okay, in you. All right? Book you a reading. And if you want to be, if you're fiscally challenged, all right, there are email readings. So you can get that, okay? You can get that. What that is I'll, depending on how many questions that you buy or that you purchase or commission me for, I will answer those questions in a recorded audio and email it to you. So if you have a little bit of patience, can wait a couple days, 3 to 5 business days, you will get that discreetly to your email. It's also a good way to test the kit out and see if do that first before you go booking an hour-long session. And once you see whether we resonate, or, if you like the way that I do what I do and resonate with it, and feel like at this particular time in this season, I'm the one, then you can proceed after that to book you a live one-on-one personal reading. We can talk, okay? So there it is. Peace and blessings.